Okay, so we're moving on to our movement instruction for the day. And as I do, I'll offer the very brief public service announcement that now is an excellent time to take care of a little bit of wrist relief if you'd like to loosen up your wrists here as we get started. Okay, so our first movement today is going to be a bear crawl. So we're moving on with another animal crawling movement from our monkey crawl to a bear crawl. And the bear crawl starts in a tabletop position, so a very natural resting posture for many of us. But as we get set up for our bear crawl, we'll tuck our toes underneath like so. And as we tuck our toes underneath, we'll then roll our weight back onto our toes to bring our knees up off the ground. Just an inch or two off the ground is really all you need. And suddenly this very restful pose, this restful posture of the tabletop becomes a very engaging posture. You're going to feel your core engage. Your whole body kind of instantly lights up as you try to maintain your balance and your stability in that position. So give that a try for yourself, see what that feels like, and notice how different it feels going from the tabletop into being on all fours with your knees off the ground. Bears have no knees, so that's the way we want to handle this move, is no knees on the ground. Now, of course, as you're working through it, if you need to take a rest and you're kind of progressing your way up through the bear crawl, at any point, if you need to put your knees down to take a rest, please do. But for this exercise, we're bringing our knees up off the ground. Okay? So once you get comfortable with this kind of static posture, this static bear position, the next thing we want to kind of play with is lifting our limbs, a contralateral limb lift. And the idea with this is very much the same as with our plank shoulder taps yesterday. So as you recall, when we were tapping our shoulders, we were resisting our body's natural temptation to rotate away from the limb that had been lifted off the ground. And so you'll notice the same thing here. If we get into our bear crawl position and I lift one limb, you'll notice my whole body wants to do this, right? It's very difficult, actually, to hold this position and just lift one limb up off the ground. For me, this is very challenging, okay? And you may find that to be the case for you as well. So what we really want to practice today is just to get comfortable with this position, we're going to be doing a contralateral limb lift. So we're going to be lifting both limbs, opposing limbs for this position. So in this case, I'm on all fours. I'm going to lift my left hand and my right foot at the same time and put it back down. So left hand, right foot, put it down. Then alternate. Right hand, left foot, put it down. Okay? Try this a few times yourself. You don't need to get very high up, but just as with yesterday, the objective is to resist kind of flailing all over and allowing your body to rotate to an extreme degree away from the limbs that are lifted. So lifting opposing limbs can help a little bit with the stability and will allow you to really kind of feel what it's like to transfer your weight from those four limbs touching the ground to the two. So left hand, right foot, right hand, left foot. Okay? Try that a few times. So the idea with that, of course, beyond what I've already intimated, is to set us up for the actual crawling maneuver. So as I go through my bear crawl, if I get on the ground on all fours, when I'm doing my crawl and I crawl forward, I'm going to lift my left hand and my right foot, and I'm going to bring them both forward in concert with one another. Okay? So, left hand up, right foot up, and they both lift and land at the same time. They should be lifting and landing together. Okay? And these don't need to be really long strides. You really want to kind of bring your knee to about lining up with your wrist. Okay? Like so. And then we'll bring our next limb our next foot and our next arm. So in this case, our left foot and our right arm forward. And we'll continue in that fashion. Okay? So I'm going to do it again, and then we're going to reverse the movement. So for today's Tabata, what we're going to be working on is the forward and the reverse bear crawl. So as I set up on all fours, bring my limbs like so, set up in the static bear position, and I'm going to crawl forward like so. And then once you've kind of reached the edge of your space, you can crawl back to your starting position. Okay? So I'll include a few form cues for us here for the bear crawl. This is the sort of move that can take a little bit of time to get the hang of. Another move, again, that can be valuable to film yourself doing it if you'd like, to kind of make sure that you're getting it down properly. So spend a little time with it, play with it a bit, and then we'll move on to our next exercise.